Hey everyone, it's Lucretia here, the Brave Agent, and today we are doing something a little bit different. Today I am doing a reaction video, and I am super excited because this review is going to be going over a podcast slash YouTube channel slash TV show. Well, not really a TV show, but it can be, or it can be considered. But we are going to do a reaction video to the Rants and Gems show. If you're ready, let's get right into it. So I have been following the Rants and Gems show not very long. Like, I catch their videos here and there when I have time, but today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do a reaction video to a specific video that they're doing. So the Rants and Gems show is hosted by MG the mortgage guy, or Matt Garland. He is a mortgage expert in the New York area, and also the other host of the show is Quiana Watson. So Quiana Watson is a broker in the metro Atlanta area. And let me tell you guys, the Rants and Gems show, if you have not caught it yet, you have to catch it. I believe they have about 20 or so episodes, so you can go through YouTube and just search Rants and Gems show, and you can find their show and just watch all of their episodes. They are talking all things real estate. So whether it's investing in residential, whatever it might be, Airbnb, anything that you possibly think of, they're talking about it. They're going through it. Sometimes they have guest speakers and sometimes they don't. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
We're going to discuss single family house hacking.
Yeah.
Because, you know, online we're always talking about multifamilies, things of that nature. People say single family homes are not assets, they're liabilities, which I agree with that to a certain extent, right? So let's talk about all the ways you can house hack a single family. Because look, I'm not against people buying single family homes. I don't care if you buy a single family, a condo, a multi-family.
Now, I heard about house hacking, and they're going to go over house hacking in this video. But basically what it is that an individual who owns a property, a home, and they decide to rent out a portion of that home, whether it's a room or maybe they have a duplex, maybe they're renting out their basement if it's finished, or whatever have you. It's an individual who owns a home and then they're renting out a portion of their home to get that income.
Correct.
And bridge this wealth gap, all right? So today we're going to give y'all all the tips, tricks, hacks, all that good stuff about how to house hack your one family property. So let's set it off, Quiana.
Let me set this off. One thing I love about, buying a single family home is when we're in Atlanta, we're in an equity state. So there's other places you can go where you can buy more creative. We have to get a little more creative about how we're going to turn that asset, take that asset and make it income producing. How can we house hack, right? Because most of them are not going to be
And also, they are going to be talking about their area. So since Matt is in New York, he is going to really concentrate on a lot of the things that's happening in the New York market, and Quiana is in the Atlanta market. So she's going to be addressing a lot of the Atlanta market. They are not going to be speaking on any other market that they're not really familiar with, but just keep that in mind.
My family, they're not going to be a duplex. So we have other ways. So one thing about Atlanta, we are a Mecca. We're the black Mecca, really. People love visiting Atlanta. Now we are one of those places that people like to tourist. We have tourists coming here. So Airbnb is really huge here in the metro Atlanta area. So what you want to do is, if you get a property, make sure you get a single family home. And if you get a single family home and there's no HOA and there's no restriction, we're putting it on Airbnb. It's about 4,000 square feet, 5-bedroom on a full unfinished basement. And right now I'm able to yield $850 a night during the week and $1,200 a night on the weekend.
Whoa, hold. You're going too fast. Please repeat that.
So on this Airbnb property, and let me be clear, it's decked out. Like I put about $25,000 in furniture in the property where we decked it out. I hired my designer. I wanted it to look beautiful. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. But Airbnb is only as good as what you pour into it. And I didn't go buy expensive furniture and expensive things. You know, I went to Home Goods, we went to TJ Maxx, we did a little bit of Wayfair. Like I just dug, you know, we put it together really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm able to collect $850 a night, Monday through Thursday on
Wow.
Airbnb. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the rates are $1,200.
Wow.
And we're already booked in November.
So y'all booked for the whole
We
month
already
of
got
November.
booked out. We literally just launched and we're already booked. Like we already have 2 bookings.
That's crazy.
Listen, Airbnb is where it's at. That is one thing that I definitely want to tap into as just an agent, as a property owner, is Airbnb. If you have not considered doing an Airbnb, if you own a number of properties, I think that's a great revenue. That's a great avenue you want to go down if you want to do house hacking and bring in some extra money. And let me tell you, it's not easy. You do have to consider that you have to, if you don't want to hire a property management company to come in to clean and all that, that's something that you have to actually do yourself. But I think this is a great resource for bringing in some residential passive income.
So
House hacking.
House hacking. It's house hacking. So I can block the dates that I know I'm going to be in the city. So let's say it's a concert coming out. Me and my husband are going to stay there. I'm going to block it for 2 days. But so I block out dates. But now I have an income producing asset that's going to pay for that house and give me a passive income.
Look, I love that, man. I think Airbnb is a great move, especially for those states where you don't have multifamilies.
Correct.
Do Airbnb. ADUs is also a big thing. Accessory dwelling units. Now, not everybody wants to have their property on Airbnb.
No.
It's a lot of work to maintain, cleaning, et cetera, et cetera.
I hired a management company. So I hired a property
Smart
management
move.
company to handle that. I have no intentions of being the one to flip the sheets or manage the clients or manage anybody. Like, I hired a company to manage my Airbnb, and I just feel better about that decision because you got to pay to play a lot of times.
100%. You got to pay to play, and it's a smart move. That way, you're busy. You ain't got time to be dealing with this.
No, not
you might as well hire somebody to deal with this, right? So you got Airbnb. Now you got accessory dwelling units, right? And I'm having my phone in the hand, guys, just so I can read your comments. I hear you guys. It's being worked on. Don't worry. All right. ADUs, accessory dwelling units. These are homes that have an accessory apartment. In New York, we call them mother-daughters. In California, Florida, and a lot of different areas around the country, you guys should really look into buying a house that has a current ADU or the potential to have an ADU. All right? Now, you can use certain loan programs. You can use that rental income, if you're going conventional, from that ADU to help you qualify for a loan. If you have a garage and your county will allow you to turn that garage into an ADU, you can get a Fannie Mae home-style renovation loan where you can transform that garage into an accessory dwelling unit. And now, in certain areas, depending on where your property is located, you just increase the value of your home as well, and you're collecting rental income. Now, you might not cash flow with an ADU, but it will supplement your income 110%. It will supplement you, so that way you have a lower mortgage payment. And this is also house hacking as well.
Absolutely.
You can rent out your basement, right? That's very popular in New York. Check your state and local, guidelines to see if it's legal or not. You know what I'm saying? Make sure.
Because y'all be, let me tell you one thing about New York.
In New York, we don't care.
Y'all would rent out every room. Every room in the basement.
But that's another way to house hack.
Agreed.
Your house as well, right? You can rent out your room. I know folks who buy homes, right? Especially while they're young.
Yes.
They're single, no children, straight out of college, a couple years out of college, early in their profession. Mm-hmm. They're accustomed to having roommates because they went to college. They lived in dorms.
And so they're used to having roommates. Mm-hmm. And so they're not bothered by having people in their properties. And what that does is it puts you in a position where you can have them pay for the property and you can save your money. That's what house hacking is essentially. You're living for free. That's a house hack.
Facts. So there's ways to skin a cat when it comes to single family home ownership. You got ADUs, you can rent out rooms, you got Airbnb. Now, here's something that's really popular, and I'm like, Quiana, break this down a little bit more, is now renting out your home for content.
Oh, let me tell you. I'm more excited about the content house than I'm excited than anything else. So let me explain this to you, and this is how I came up with the idea. I work with a lot of people in film and in the industry, right? And they're always looking for different locations, different places that they can film. So now I'm doing my real estate, you know, you guys, if you follow me, you know I'm a little bit of the content queen. You know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'll say that when I'm ready to drop some content, it goes, right?
It's a whole production,
It's a whole production.
I'm telling you.
Sound, video, all that stuff. But these locations, they're not free and they're not readily available.
So first of all, I love this idea because as a real estate agent who is, you know, developing her own content, I need a space where I can create, like, take pictures. Like, I live in Ohio, and doing photos outside in the winter and cute. So having a space where you can go and create content is something that I absolutely love. Like, I love that idea. You know, you can also rent out, you can rent out a hotel. You can rent an Airbnb if you have one in an area and shoot content there. But I love this idea. It is so unique, and just, it like targets a specific audience of, you know, content creators. Like, having that space. Phenomenal idea.
Video, we want a lifestyle shoot. Where do you do that at? So I started to go to this website. When I shot my promo last year, this particular house charged me like $500 an hour with a 4-hour minimum. 4-hour minimum.
Yep.
Just so I can film content.
That's 2 bands.
And now, it was a dope house. I needed it for the look I was trying to go for, so I paid it. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? I want to get a content house. So I used a website called Peerspace at the time.
Peerspace, y'all. Peerspace.
Peerspace.
Type that in the chat, please.
So I went to peerspace.com and I said, you know what? Look at all these properties that are listed, and a lot of them aren't accommodating to business professionals, right? So as business professionals, especially in the real estate market, we want to shoot in a house, we want to be in the kitchen, we want to be in the office, we want to have all these options. So I decided to not only put my home on Airbnb, but my property that I own is called the Brookhaven House. It's easy to find on social media, the Brookhaven House. You can shoot content. I just did a full content shoot there, and I'm going to start posting the photos so you guys can see how easy it is for professionals, for anyone to go in there and shoot your content. That's why the decor was so important. Right now, based on my numbers, we're charging $350 an hour with a 3-hour minimum just because we're just getting started. But ladies and gentlemen, that price will not remain that price for long.
Yeah, I mean, look, the price is up in stock. As we always say, right? The more demand it becomes, the more expensive it's going to be.
Absolutely.
Right? So take advantage. Even when we was out in LA and we were filming for the Assets Over Liability show, coming soon on Revolt, right? They booked the house.
Absolutely.
Right? So that way we can do content and everything in the house. And it was actually incredible. They, like you said, they booked it out for 4 or 5 hours.
Exactly.
And this was a house in the hills somewhere, so you know they ain't paying no $500 per hour.
Oh, I'm sure they paid extra.
That was probably like $1,000 an hour, but and it looked like somebody was living in the house still.
Absolutely.
Right? And you paid for a certain area of the house to use.
And that's what I like best about Peerspace and using those type of sites, because you can literally still be in your home. If you're a homeowner, I have done video, I've done content shoots where the homeowners are like, well, you only have access to the exterior, the living room, the kitchen, like it's assigned areas, and they're still there protecting their homes. Like, they're still there to make sure you're in and out and you're actually like not trashing the house. That's the difference between Airbnb and like a Peerspace, where it's like, these are the only locations you can be in. You can only be here for 4 hours. I'm going to get my money. I don't have to worry about changing sheets and all that stuff, because you're really just taking photos and you're doing video. And when you leave, I'm sanitizing behind you, and I've made my mortgage.
That's a fact. Look, and everybody just want to get their mortgage paid.
Absolutely.
By any means necessary. And when you're house hacking,
That's some gems. When this show is so appropriately titled Rants and Gems, because they drop so many great gems, and then at the end they have like their rants. So I love this show. If you want to catch the rest of it, I'll leave the link to the full video below. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sorry I couldn't do the whole video with you. But I will, you know, try to do another reaction video to Rants and Gems. Or if you guys have any real estate shows that you guys want me to react to, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. And as always, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get updates of all of my new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.